Hey guys, today we're gonna make these delicious mashed potato balls. So if you have some leftover mashed potatoes and you don't know what to do with them, well, I'm gonna show you. Here's what you can do with your leftover mashed potatoes, or you can make these fresh. So let's start with prepping everything. As you can see, I have some bacon and I'm gonna throw this into my air fryer. I'm going to stuff my mashed potatoes with just some bacon bits. I want these to be nice and crunchy, crispy, and I don't want to do a lot of work. So I'm just going to pop it in my air fryer, let it do its thing. Okay. So let's work on the cheese. I'm using here some mozzarella cheese. You can use any type of cheese that you like for this recipe. You can really make this your own. I mean, however you like to normally season your mashed potatoes, whatever toppings you would put on or inside of a loaded mashed potato, you're gonna add that. Okay, so you're gonna make this how you like it. You're gonna make it your own. Okay, so we have here some breadcrumbs. Before that, we used 3 eggs cracked into a bowl and mixed up, about 1 to 2 cups of breadcrumbs in a bowl. And now we are chopping up our green onions. Okay, you want to chop these down very fine. So my bacon is done and we're just going to break this up. You can also take a knife and just chop it down. You know, you're just breaking it into little bacon bits. So now go ahead and take 4 or 5 large russet potatoes, or just depending on what amount you want to make. You can do 2 or 3, it's up to you. You're gonna peel and then chop your potatoes just like this. We're gonna boil these in some water seasoned with chicken bouillon. Okay, so add your potatoes to your water. Make sure you have enough water to cover the potatoes. You can also use chicken broth here if you'd like. Yeah, and so you're just gonna season it really well with some bouillon powder, mix it up, and then you're going to bring this to a boil. So you're going to heat this on high, let this come to a boil, and only cook your potatoes until they are fork tender. Do not overcook your potatoes because they'll be too soft and mushy. Okay, so we do want our potato balls to have some body to it, so you don't want to overcook your potatoes. So as you can see, I'm checking them here. These are just about done. Okay, now I'm going to drain them in the sink. I'm going to drain the liquid off. So drain your potatoes and don't rinse them, just drain them. Then you're going to add them to a large mixing bowl. Go ahead and get you a potato masher, and you want to mash your potatoes, but try to leave some of them chunky. Don't over mash it as though you were making creamy mashed potatoes. Okay, you don't want to overdo it here. Okay, so now is when you can taste your potatoes and you can add some seasoning. I'm using garlic powder. I also use some salt, and later you'll see I'm going to use some creole seasoning. Okay, so you're just going to season this to your taste. If you have any different types of seasonings that you like to put in your mashed potatoes, now is when you want to do that. Make sure you taste it. Make sure, you know, it tastes really good. So we're adding about 3 large tablespoons of Dukes mayonnaise, and this is going to help act as a binder with these potatoes. Okay, it also is going to add some flavor to our potatoes. And this is almost similar to what it would be if you were making potato salad. You would add your mayo, you would season your potatoes, then you add your vegetables, or at least that's how I do it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm adding in the creole seasoning now, and I'm just not really measuring this out, just seasoning this to taste. Basically, that's what you want to do here. Okay, you just add a little seasoning at a time, taste it, and make adjustments. Okay, so you're gonna add your green onions, mix it well, and now is when you can form your potato balls. So now you just want to take a handful of mashed potatoes, just like this, flatten it out. You're gonna take some of the cheese and you're gonna add that to your potatoes, and then you're gonna add some bacon. Okay, if you like to add more green onions, you can do that now. You can even sprinkle a little salt on there at this point if you'd like. Okay, so now you're going to form this into a ball. So from here, we're going to add this to our egg wash. From here, we're going to add this to our egg mixture. Okay, you're going to roll it around just like that. You're going to add this to some flour, and this is regular all-purpose flour. You're going to just coat it really well with that flour. Now we're going to drop this back into the eggs, and we're going to coat this again with the eggs just like this. And from here, you're going to drop it into your breadcrumbs. So when you make this, this can get a little messy. Just take your time. Make sure you're working with clean hands. You can even use gloves if you want. But, I wouldn't worry too much about the mess. It's well worth it. Then when you're done, you just clean up. So make sure you go ahead and assemble all of your potato balls. Okay, I'm going to show you again up close how to form this. So we added cheese, bacon, roll it into a ball just like this. You're going to add it to your egg mixture. Okay, coat it very well in the eggs, and then from there you're going to add this to some flour. This is regular all-purpose flour, and this was 1 cup of flour. And again, we used 3 eggs. We actually ended up cracking another egg because we ran out. Okay, and again, we used 4 to 5 russet potatoes. Okay, so after you coat it with the flour, now you're going to drop it back into the eggs, coat it with the eggs, and from here you're going to add it to your breadcrumbs. So these are just regular panko breadcrumbs, but you can use seasoned breadcrumbs, or you can season the breadcrumbs. So it's up to you. Okay, so now let's begin to cook our potato balls. So you want to make sure that your oil is nice and hot. Okay, so that way when you drop those potatoes in, you want this to start to cook. You don't want it to just sit in the oil and do nothing. You want it to cook. Okay, so you can heat your oil on a medium-high heat, and you're just going to rotate your potatoes in the oil until they are nice and golden brown. Also, the cheese in the inside should melt. So yeah, this only took about, I would say, about 5 minutes to cook these. Okay, you may need more or less time. You just watch it and you just rotate it around, let it cook on each side. Okay, and once it's done, you're going to remove it from the oil. You can have some paper towels reserved to the side. You can sit them on top of some paper towels, or you can sit them on top of a cooling rack just like this. Okay, so now it's time to dig in. So we like to use sriracha sauce. You can use that, or you can use hot sauce if you want, but this tastes really good with sriracha sauce. So I do recommend you guys try it with some sriracha sauce. It's really good, and add a little bit more than what we use. Don't be stingy with the sriracha. So here you see we are chopping it open. The cheese is nice and melted. This was so good. This is like the best comfort food. And like I said earlier, if you got those leftover mashed potatoes and you don't know what to do with them, here you have it. Fry it up. Okay, so I hope you guys will try this recipe. Comment below and let me know what you think about this one, and I hope to catch you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.